Hello everybody. In this tutorial we're going to install and configure the React library in the Cloud Amazon Web Services using the operating system Red Hat. Let's go to the AWS console, and on the search bar we can type EC2 and we choose virtual servers in the cloud, which it is the EC2 instance. Now let's launch the instance, clicking in this button. We have to give a name to our server. We're gonna call it React. Then we need to choose an operating system, so we are talking about Red Hat. Click there, and for testing purposes make sure that you are using the free tier eligible. That is the cheapest one. Then two more important things: we need a keeper login. This is to log in without using a password. We can create one or use one that you have already. So I have my per key already there, so it's called bit react. I'm going to use that key. Then in the network settings you need to open the appropriate ports to log in into the secure shell. So I'm going to use a security group that I already have it. I'm going to show you later in a couple of minutes what ports are open, but the name by itself says that the SSH port 22 is opened for this server. And then we leave everything else by default and we click on launch instance, and we wait a couple of minutes to have the server initiated. Okay, it has been more than a couple of minutes. The instance must be already running. So let's click here on EC2. Then on the left side we choose instances and we look for the instance that we just launched, which we called React. And before to keep going, we're gonna go to the security. So when we created the instance, we choose the security group SSH, and if we see in more detail, it says that the port opened is 22 with the protocol TCP from any source from internet. So that means we can connect to the secure shell. So we're gonna add a couple of rules more to have web access to this server. We go to Actions, Security, and change security groups. I'm gonna look for web services that I already created. Click on Add Security Group and save. So we are back on our React menu. Let's click on the tab Security, and now we can see the updated rules. It's loading. There you go. What we're going to need for the secure shell: port 22, SSH traffic, and for React we're going to need the port 5173 opened with the protocol TCP. Alright, if we go back to details, we need to copy the public IP address of this server. Click there, which is 44.206.0.2230. Then we open WinSCP. On WinSCP, we select a new session or new site. So we click here on new site. Hostname is our IP address, public IP address. We copy that public IP address. The EC2 instance on Red Hat on Amazon Web Services is EC2-user. And in this case, we don't use a password. We're going to use our key. So click on Advanced. SSH authentication, and we look for our key. So I selected, when I created the EC2 instance, bit react, open, and then OK. Login. If you want, you can save it, or you just log in. You have a warning notice. Click accept, and there you go. You're already on the Amazon web server with Red Hat. Okay, now that we are inside Red Hat on the console, we first need to update the operating system, which is sudo dnf update. This is gonna take about 5 minutes. It's gonna download 525 megabytes of data. We say yes. Let's wait. While we wait, we can change the fonts. They are small, so we go on change settings, Windows appearance, fonts change from 10 to 14. Okay, now we have a better view. So let's wait. Okay, the update has been completed. We have all the basic packages updated. Now we need to install an additional dependency, in this case dnf install sudo dnf install zip. This is gonna be fast. Now we are ready to go with the React library. And to make things easier, we're going to install React using Node.js. So let's go to Google and let's look for install Node.js. And click on the page and see here we have instructions on how to install according to the operating system. We choose Linux, and here we have all the commands to install Node.js. So we click on copy to clipboard, and all that code we execute in our secure shell. So we press enter and it goes one by one. Okay, now let's create a directory under our home path. So we say mkdir React. We go inside the React directory, and now we install the library. So it is npm create bit at the latest version. Proceed, yes. Project name, we're gonna call it like first project. We have different frameworks, so this one is about React, and React is based on JavaScript. So we select JavaScript, and there you go. Okay, so a directory was created with the name first project. We go inside of it, cd first project, and we install npm install and then we will have to run the server. So this should take less than 2 minutes. There you go. It has been added to 63 packages. One of 2 packages are looking for funding. So if you can fund any of those packages, please do it. So now we just have to launch or to start the server. So we do it npm run dev -- host. There you go, the server has been started. So it says we can connect to the server through the browser using localhost 5173 or through the network with the private IP address 172.31.90.188. Because this server is in the cloud, we are going to use the second option, but through the public IP address. So we go back to our EC2 instance on Amazon. We copy the public IP address. We make sure that the port that we're using is 5173. So we open a new tab. That is the public IP address, and the port that we need to connect is through 5173. And there you go. We have Bit with React already to be used. All right, thank you so much.